The NFL scouting combine is fully underway, and today the quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs got active in front of the podiums in Indianapolis. So we found out some pretty interesting stuff. Quarterback could still be on the table for the New Orleans Saints as we approach the 2025 NFL Draft. Welcome into Saints Now by Chat Sports. My name is Trizzy Trace. Thank you so much for tuning in no matter where you are or how you're watching. Let's just get right into it. If you guys didn't remember, and if you didn't know, Derek Carr, the plan for the New Orleans Saints is to run it back with DC4. Mickey Loomis saying that they feel that Derek Carr is a player that they can win with. They're excited to have him around. And, things are probably, I'm not going to say that they were probably ever going to go any different way. This was a very expected, direction for the Saints. But, the reports coming from Indianapolis are actually pretty interesting. Saints have met with multiple quarterbacks. And it's not just, they met with Kyle McCord and they met with Will Howard. Nope. They met with some big-time, top prospect quarterbacks, and I'm going to tell you who that was, and I'm going to get you informed really quick. Got to tell you about today's presenting sponsor, and that is Tushy, the best way to keep that hiney shiny. And I'll tell you what, back in January, we all set those New Year's resolutions, and I was sitting here saying, man, I'm going to start hiking more. I'm going to start eating my veggies. I'm going to get up, start running, and all that good stuff. But here we are in February, actually on the last day of February. We're out in March pretty much. And I just want my butthole to stop burning whenever I use the bathroom. Tushy bidets clean up all of my BS. I've told you about Tushy before, but let me tell you about the Tushy Wave bidet. I got one at my crib, and it only took me about 10 minutes to install. And I've been able to save money on toilet paper, which, hey, that means I get to spend more money on Saints gear, am I right? I can't make it up. Some of the guys here at the Chat Sports studio, they quite literally have hit me up to come to my apartment just to take the Tushy Wave bidet for a ride. Installation is so simple. It only takes about 10 minutes to complete. Quite literally anyone can do it, including a Falcons fan. Tushy bidets give you 2-in-1 benefits, reducing irritation, preventing micro tears with soothing water instead of scratchy toilet paper or damaging wet wipes. Every Hello Tushy bidet comes with a 30-day hassle-free return and a 12-month warranty, so there's still time to get your ass right for life for a limited time. Listeners of Saints Now by Chat Sports get 10% off their first bidet order when you use code CHAT at checkout. That's 10% off your first bidet with code CHAT at hellotushy.com. Link is in the comments and in the description of this video. Keep that hiney shiny, get clean, and get not smelly with a Tushy bidet. Alrighty, so the first one we want to discuss, Cam Ward, the quarterback of Miami, the consensus top quarterback draft prospect for the 2025 draft class. He has had a formal meeting with the New Orleans Saints. Nick Underhill was the one to report it. He took to Twitter late yesterday, and he reported, if you were subscribed to the channel, by the way, you would have known this. I made a short about it yesterday on the YouTube Shorts page. We post a lot of updates over there, so don't forget to check out that side of our coverage. But I'm just going to tell you right now, Cam Ward, very talented player, very interesting prospect. I would love Cam Ward. But you're not going to get him to fall to number 9. You would have to trade up. You would have to move from 9 to the first overall pick. And if you need a draft compensation or a trade package to kind of inspire you, that's what the Panthers did when they moved up to get Bryce Young when they traded with the Bears a couple of years ago. Cam Ward is not going to fall to number 9 overall. And I'll tell you right now, I don't think that the Saints are going to trade up for a quarterback. If Cam Ward falls to the Saints, sure. Absolutely. You should be sprinting to the podium. That won't happen, though. If Shedeur falls, maybe that's a conversation. That's one that to have. And, I will say this. Draft meetings aren't always about getting to know the player. Sure, it is. It's twofold. You're not going to draft a quarterback, the most important position in all of sports, without at least having a formal introduction. So there is that. But also draft meetings can be used to gather intel and information about players you may be interested in. And honestly, these are notes and stuff that they go back to when these players become free agents in a handful of seasons. So maybe the Saints are looking to get information on tight end Elijah Arroyo. Maybe they're looking to get information on wide receiver, Xavier Restrepo, two of Cam Ward's top targets. And friendly reminder, it just goes without being said, but we'll say it anyway. It's 2025. Every single player has met with every single team at the Combine in some form or fashion, whether it's Senior Bowl, whether it's the East-West Shrine Bowl, whether it's Combine meetings, whether they're going and having a secret lunch, down the road from the convention center. Every team is going to meet with pretty much every player in some form or fashion. Formal meetings are the ones that are actually like, oh, they had a sit-down formal meeting, but formal, informal, pretty much every prospect has a meeting with pretty much every team, I should say. So subscribe now for Saints draft coverage. We are less than 100 subs away from getting to that next milestone of 42,000 subscribers. So hit that sub button. Help us get to the next big milestone. I'm super pumped about it. We've been grinding our ass off to try and get to 42,000 because the main goal is to get to 50,000. And then after that, we're going for 100K. So hit that sub button if you want Saints news, rumors, and draft coverage. Now, let's shift gears to Shedeur Sanders. See that? What colors are those, ladies and gentlemen? What logo is that? Hey, Alper, I'm having a hard time. What's this look like? That looks like what?
That's a Saints hat.
That looks like a Saints hat. That looks like a fleur-de-lis. That looks like gold. That looks like black. Shedeur Sanders is walking around the great city of Indianapolis with a Saints hat. You want to know why? Because reports coming from Indianapolis are suggesting that the Colorado quarterback and the New Orleans Saints have had a formal meeting. So, to me, that means there may be some interest. Again, I don't think that this is one of those things where you're going to go trade up for Shedeur Sanders. This is one of those situations where if Shedeur does fall to number 9, he could be the pick for the Saints. You're not going to have a meeting with the quarterback, you're not going to draft a quarterback without meeting. I just said that a minute ago, and I believe that to be totally true. And even Nick Underhill, he said it too. He said they're not going to move up for Sanders. So to me, this is how I interpret this. I see that the New Orleans Saints view Shedeur Sanders as a quality prospect. I think that they see Cam Ward as a quality prospect. I think they're doing their homework just in case. I don't think that they're going to trade up for a quarterback. That being said, you always have to be prepared, and it's always good to get other information and, insight on some of these guys' teammates, because who knows these guys that they're players better than the quarterbacks? Just going to put that out there. So, I don't think they're going to trade up for a quarterback. That being said, I would love to get one of these top prospects. So let's just, hypothetical, close your eyes, put yourself in like a really fun situation just for 2 seconds. We don't have the number 1 overall pick, but if we did, which one are you picking? Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward? Let me know down in the comment section. If you want extra credit, what would you do at number 9? Would you draft Shedeur if he's there? Let me know. Alrighty, last quarterback meeting that the Saints have had that we're going to report in today's video. Quinn Ewers, the quarterback of the Texas Longhorns, formerly the Ohio State Buckeyes, grew up here locally in the Dallas, Texas area, went to South Lake Carroll High School, graduated early because of NIL. He goes to Ohio State. He transfers out of Ohio State, gets a bag in Austin, and now he is a player the Saints might draft. I mean, last season, he helped lead his Longhorns very, very close to hoisting some hardware. That being said, there's a lot of questions around Quinn Ewers, and there's a lot of people who don't like Quinn as much as I do. I got to watch Quinn Ewers play high school football. I grew up here locally in the Dallas, Texas area, and I'll tell you what, I mean, just the way he throws the football, the release, his move, just everything about it, it looks effortless. He has a cannon. He can sling the pill all across the yard. So for that reason, I would draft Quinn Ewers, but I would not make it a priority. I would wait until after your first 3 picks. To be totally honest, I probably wouldn't do this until day 3. Like, if we're sitting here in round 4 and Quinn Ewers is available, similar to the Spencer Rattler situation last year, and he's there, it's like, okay, fuck it. We have multiple 4th-round picks. Let's do it. Why not? You don't have a 5th-round pick, so can't do it then. I would completely save those top 3 picks, though, for playmakers. Offensive playmakers, defensive playmakers, and somebody who can be a building block, whether it's in the trenches I don't care if it's offense. I don't care if it's defense. I don't care if it's a skill position player. I want somebody that can be a building block, cornerstone piece to this franchise. So we talked about multiple quarterbacks that have met with the New Orleans Saints. Name one you want to add to the roster. I'll let you have a little bit of fun with it. Draft, free agency, trade. You can get crazy. You can get crazy. What am I, 5 years old? You can get crazy with it. You can have some fun. And before we hop out of here, I want to get y'all informed on all of the draft meetings that have been reported at the time of filming this video. Friday, February 28th, about 4:30 Central Time. The New Orleans Saints formal draft meetings include the 3 names we've discussed today: Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, and Quinn Ewers. They've also met with defensive tackle out of Michigan, Mason Graham, wide receiver out of Arizona, Tetairo and McMillan, Tyler Warren, the Penn State tight end. They've also met with Ashton, Jeanty, the running back out of Boise State, the top running back prospect in this draft class. They also met with Jeanty Tuimoloau, the defensive end out of Ohio State, Shemar Stewart, the very athletic but weirdly unproductive edge rusher out of Texas A&M, Tre Harris, a big-bodied guy. He said that he wants to snatch souls of DBs at the combine. I got chills when he said that. Take my money. Take my money, Saints. Make the pick. Send it in for Tre Harris. I think that would be an excellent selection. Josaiah Stewart, the edge rusher out of Michigan. Jaccob Parrish, the cornerback out of Kansas State. And Travion Henderson, running back out of Ohio State, have all met with the Saints. Fun little note on Travion Henderson. He actually specifically said he had met with the Saints, and he thinks it would be pretty cool to play alongside Alvin Kamara. No, I didn't say it would be pretty cool to play alongside Alvin Kamara. He actually said he doesn't understand the comparisons, but he thinks that Alvin Kamara is very smooth and he's a great football player. So, pretty cool. Draft season's fun. The combine is crazy. We have been here giving you coverage every step of the way. So, Saints fans, y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time.